Tell me, have you ever had that moment when you finally cleared the inbox, delivered the presentation, hit the target, and yet instead of feeling satisfied, you feel strangely flat? It's that quiet moment when you realise that doing it all isn't giving you what it used to. And you start to wonder, what's wrong with me? I should feel good about this. I get it. Because for high-performing parents and leaders, that moment usually means one thing. You've slipped into what I call the performance trap. It's that invisible cycle where your success becomes the proof of your worth. And the more you achieve, the more you have to achieve just to feel okay. If that sounds familiar, I want you to stay with me, because this one shift in your perspective could help you reclaim your energy, your focus, and your presence both at home and at work. I see this all the time. Leaders who are brilliant, capable and committed, but quietly exhausted. They'll say to me, I don't know what's wrong. I'm achieving more than ever, but I feel less fulfilled. And when we dig into it, what we discover isn't burnout, it's actually overfunctioning. It's this belief that being dependable means doing everything. The belief that leading means always being on it all of the time, and that rest means you're falling behind. And you know what? It's sneaky because it looks like discipline. But underneath it all, it's really disconnection. Remember the moment when you said yes to something you didn't really have the capacity for. Not because you wanted to, but because you didn't want to let anybody else down. That is the performance trap in action. It feeds on good intentions, and it can run your whole life if you don't notice it and act upon it. This is what I have learned. High-performing parents don't burn out because they are weak. They burn out because they're addicted to proving their worth through always doing. You've trained your brain to think productivity and value go together. You feel calm when you're busy and anxious when you rest. And that's why weekends don't feel restful anymore. Because even when your body stops, your mind keeps racing. When was the last time you sat still and didn't reach for your phone, your planner, or your to-do list and actually felt comfortable with it? This question may make you feel uncomfortable. I know it made me feel uncomfortable when the realization set in. This is because doing has become your default. And what got you here, the habits of over-preparing, over-giving, overachieving, won't take you where you want to go next. Because at this stage of leadership, growth isn't about capacity. It's actually about calibration. Take a moment and think about this. You don't need to do more to be enough. You need to lead differently to feel aligned. When your leadership outpaces your life, when your doing exceeds your being, disconnection is inevitable. And the truth is, success isn't asking you to stop performing. It's asking you to perform from presence and not pressure. That's what real leadership maturity looks like. The ability to stay grounded in who you are, not just what you produce. I want to share a simple 3-step tool that helps break this cycle. It's what I call pause, proof, purpose. It's quick, it's practical, and it's designed for high performers who struggle to slow down. So, pause. Am I doing this from alignment or anxiety? Before saying yes to sending the last-minute late-night email or picking up that extra project, pause and ask yourself, what's driving this action? Is it your inner values and beliefs, or is it your anxiety? If it's your values and beliefs, it will feel clear, calm, and intentional. If it's anxiety, it will feel rushed, heavy, and fear-based. One of my clients told me that one question changed everything. I stopped saying yes to things that didn't actually matter. When was the last time you paused long enough to ask yourself why you were saying yes? So step 2, proof. Who am I trying to prove this to? If you feel that familiar pull to do more, check whether you're chasing validation. Are you trying to prove something? To your boss? To your team? To your family? Or maybe to the version of you from 10 years ago who thought success meant never slowing down? When you name who you're trying to prove it to, you start to break the spell of overfunctioning. So purpose. What's meaningful right now? Every chapter of leadership has a different purpose. Most high performers forget to update theirs. You might still be chasing goals that made sense to you 5 years ago, but if they don't align with who you've become, they'll drain you. Take a few minutes each Sunday and ask yourself, what's meaningful this week at work and at home? It's that simple reflection will help balance everything. I practiced this and soon it became a habit. And you know what? It actually changed a lot of things for me. I realised that I was performing even when I didn't need to. Performing in conversations, in parenting, and even in relaxation. I'd lost touch with the difference between being productive and being present. Once I started using the pause, proof, purpose tool, I noticed I wasn't as reactive. I made decisions more calmly and the moments with my family felt full again and not rushed. When you stop trying to prove your worth, you rediscover your capacity for connection. I have a small challenge for you this week. Each day, choose one moment to practice the pause, proof, purpose check-in. It could be before saying yes to a new commitment, before replying to an email, say at 9 o'clock at night, or even before stepping through your front door in the evening. Ask yourself, am I doing this from my inner self, or is this coming from anxiety? Who am I trying to prove this to? And what's actually meaningful for right now? Write down your answers somewhere visible, your phone, sticky notes, or even on your laptop. At the end of the week, reflect on how you felt. Were you calmer, more present, more deliberate? That's how you start leading with calibration. One pause at a time. The performance trap convinces you that slowing down means you're losing your edge. But the truth is, when you slow down, your leadership sharpens. Your presence deepens and the people around you feel safer, calmer and more connected. So tonight, when you close your laptop or finish that last task, don't ask, what else do I need to get done? Instead ask, what deserves my full attention right now? That question will guide you back to yourself every single time. Because leadership doesn't end when you stop working. It evolves when you stop performing and start being. That's where clarity becomes connection and where leadership truly meets life. Stay tuned for more.